The way had Mike Tyson won by decision, Jake Paul's boxing career also probably would have been over.
Boxing experts just went wild after Mike Tyson disappeared from boxing. 1 minute, the legendary fighter was headlining a highly anticipated bout with Jake Paul, and the next, he's nowhere to be found. No interviews, no social media posts, nothing. This sudden silence after a fight that was supposed to be a milestone has left fans and analysts in a frenzy, scrambling to figure out what happened.
But the point of the matter is, do Jake Paul take a good shot? I never seen him get hit by nobody.
Or a guy that the power of Mike even up, because power's the last thing to go.
Yeah, I'm so that's it.
Was Tyson simply overwhelmed by the backlash following his lackluster performance? Or is there something more serious going on behind the scenes? The absence of any statement from Tyson has only fueled speculation, and boxing insiders are losing it trying to piece together what this could mean for his future in the sport.
I think he should try it. He's a younger man. He should be able to handle punches from an old, withering man like me.
The much-hyped showdown on November 15, 2024 was supposed to be a legendary event. Over 70,000 fans packed AT&T Stadium, and millions tuned in on Netflix, eagerly asking, could Tyson, now 58, defy the odds one more time? Or would Jake Paul, the 31-year-old YouTube star, put the boxing icon in his place? Unfortunately, the result was anything but spectacular for Tyson's supporters.
You know, he's supposed to be the young guy. He's supposed to walk right through me. I'm an old man. He's gonna run all night.
The disappointment didn't just stop in the ring, it spread like wildfire on social media. Fans quickly labeled the fight trash and sad. Even NBA legend Magic Johnson had enough, admitting he turned off the fight midway through, saying it was bad for boxing. His brutal honesty mirrored what many felt. The fight, which was supposed to be a monumental clash, just wasn't worth the hype.
Jake Paul will be up against. He'll get teased for taking this fight, for one. He'll get teased for that. He'll work himself through that. But yeah, if he goes out there and cleans his clock, they're going to come down on him.
And boxing analysts weren't pulling any punches either. Steve Bunce, a respected commentator, called the fight a decent sparring session, suggesting Tyson's effort lacked any real competitiveness. Former world champion Tony Bellew warned fans to stop supporting these mismatched spectacles, where aging fighters are pushed into the ring with much younger opponents. Bellew's concern was clear. Fights like these could damage the sport's reputation and put the health of older fighters like Tyson at serious risk.
Mike Tyson was young Mike Tyson. This wouldn't even be a fight worth making. Jake Paul wouldn't even be good enough to get in spar with Mike Tyson back in the day.
Tyson's fall from grace, all wrapped up in one disappointing fight, has the boxing world reeling. His once mighty legacy is now under fire, and his silence only leaves more questions than answers. Then, without warning, Tyson vanished from the public eye. No interviews, no social media updates, and no official statements. Just complete silence. The sudden disappearance only deepened the mystery. Was Tyson retreating to heal, physically and emotionally, after such a crushing defeat? Was he rethinking his boxing future entirely? Or could there be something more serious going on behind the scenes?
The way had Mike Tyson won by decision, Jake Paul's boxing career also probably would have been over. It's just you can't lose to a 58-year-old. I don't care if it's Mike Tyson.
The boxing world has been left in a state of suspense, with rumors swirling about everything from potential health issues to behind-the-scenes disputes with promoters. Tyson's legacy is at a crossroads. Will he make a triumphant return, or has the time finally come for the legendary fighter to hang up his gloves for good? One thing is certain. Tyson's disappearance has left the boxing world in a state of shock and speculation. His legacy, built on decades of dominance and unforgettable knockouts, now faces an uncertain future clouded by defeat, controversy, and silence. Whether this is the end of the road or the calm before another storm remains to be seen, but the world of boxing won't stop talking about Iron Mike anytime soon.
There is an alleged script leak. This has not been confirmed, Take it with a grain of salt. No one knows if this is real.
Controversy hit an all-time high after Mike Tyson's shocking loss to Jake Paul. But the fight's aftermath took an even darker turn, with explosive allegations that the entire match was scripted. Leaked documents claiming to be round-by-round fight scripts surfaced online just days after the November 15, 2024 bout. These so-called scripts detailed how the fight would unfold, including Tyson showing early aggression, but ultimately losing by unanimous decision, eerily similar to what happened.
I tried to give the fight the best fight I possibly could, but when someone's just surviving in the ring, basically, it's hard to make it exciting.
Fueling the fire was Jake Paul himself. In a post-fight interview, Paul casually mentioned that he had to ease off during certain rounds to avoid seriously hurting Tyson. This comment set the boxing world ablaze. Was Paul being arrogant, or was there a deeper truth behind his words? Social media exploded with conspiracy theories, with some accusing both fighters of staging the bout for publicity and a massive payday.
And this is an emotional fight for a lot of fight fans out there because of how they feel about Mike Tyson, right? This guy, if aliens landed tomorrow and they asked you about the sport of boxing, the first two names that come out of your mouth are Muhammad Ali and Mike Tyson.
Tyson, known for his pride and fiercely protective nature over his boxing legacy, was reportedly enraged by these allegations. Several insiders claim Tyson considered taking legal action against Paul and certain media outlets that promoted the idea of a rigged fight. Being accused of participating in a staged event was beyond insulting for a fighter who built his career on raw power and authenticity. These allegations only intensified the mystery surrounding Tyson's sudden withdrawal from public life. Was his silence a strategic move while his legal team explored defamation claims? Or did the rumors break his spirit after such a highly publicized and disappointing performance? Regardless of the truth, the damage to Tyson's legacy was undeniable, at least in the eyes of a younger generation unfamiliar with his legendary past.
I don't know about you guys, but I feel bad watching this fight. It just doesn't feel right. It feels bad, man.
While these accusations sparked outrage among fans, the boxing community itself remained divided over Tyson's capabilities and future in the sport. Some legends stood firmly in his corner, refusing to accept that age alone could be responsible for his decline.
If you win all 8 rounds, you got a bonus. And there were certain tells, right? Like when Tyson literally sees a clear shot and he holds back. And you see that Jake Paul's hands are down, his face is wide open. By the way, guys, Jake Paul's defense was atrocious.
Tyson Fury, a reigning heavyweight champion, declared that Tyson's knockout power could never be questioned, stating, "If Mike Tyson hits anybody, I don't care if he's 90, he's gonna knock them out cold." His comments reflected an enduring belief in Tyson's unique ability to change the outcome of any fight with a single punch.
I don't know how much confidence that Jake Paul have in all this, but you know he's gonna be a lot quicker. And if he stay close to Mike, then his chance of winning gonna be great. But he tried to stay back from Mike.
Similarly, former rival Lennox Lewis expressed confidence that Tyson still had what it took to win. "Mike Tyson's gonna win. He's not that old," Lewis asserted before the fight, pointing to Paul's limited boxing experience compared to Tyson's storied career. For Lewis, Tyson's skill set and fighting instincts couldn't be dismissed, no matter the age gap. Even Roy Jones Jr., who faced Tyson in an exhibition bout in 2020, backed the former champion. Jones emphasized that Tyson still possessed dangerous punching power, adding that one well-timed hit could turn any fight around. These voices of support kept hope alive for some fans who couldn't accept Tyson's apparent decline as final.
For heavyweight boxing champion Mike Tyson had a brief medical scare earlier today during a cross-country flight from Miami to Los Angeles.
Anthony Joshua, a modern boxing superstar, echoed similar concerns. While expressing deep respect for Tyson, he predicted Paul's victory before the fight, citing the younger fighter's stamina and energy as decisive advantages. "I pray that he comes out healthy," Joshua remarked, a sobering reminder of the risks Tyson faced simply by stepping into the ring at his age. These debates remain unresolved, with Tyson now silent and out of the public eye. His supporters insist the fight's outcome and the allegations surrounding it don't define the real Mike Tyson. His critics argue that even the fiercest warriors can't beat time, and the sooner boxing stops pretending otherwise, the better.
I don't know, what was he doing at the ring?
Oh, yeah, a little bow at the end. He bowed.
That's the last thing I remember.
Mike Tyson isn't one to sugarcoat things, and after his disastrous loss to Jake Paul, his honesty hit harder than any punch he threw that night. In a raw and somewhat heartbreaking admission, Tyson confessed he couldn't even remember parts of the fight. It got worse. Tyson revealed that his body was breaking down well before the fight, admitting he'd undergone multiple blood transfusions to keep himself in fighting shape. Blood transfusions. Let that sink in. While most fighters prep with intense training camps, Tyson was battling medical issues that sounded more like a hospital drama than a pre-fight regimen. So, has Tyson's post-fight silence been driven by regret, health struggles, or just exhaustion from the media circus? It's tough to say, but one thing's clear. The fight took more from Tyson than anyone expected. Physically, emotionally, and maybe even spiritually. As if the world hadn't recovered from the Tyson versus Jake Paul spectacle, Tyson dropped another bombshell. He hinted at fighting Jake's brother, Logan Paul. Yep, he's doubling down on the Paul family boxing saga. Tyson reportedly shrugged when asked if he'd consider the fight and said, "Why not?" A statement that made fans collectively facepalm. For now, the boxing world is in limbo, anxiously waiting for Iron Mike to break his silence, set the record straight, and let everyone know whether he's truly done or gearing up for one last round.
And I know you often say, we're fans, Mike. You don't care about ego and legacy, but after something like that, do you think it adds to your legacy? How do you think you're viewed after this fight?
Wow, I never thought about that. You know, but the day after the fight, right after the day after, I woke up and told my wife, "Why did I do that?" You know, I don't know. I just don't know what the hell goes on.
Tyson's involvement sparked serious concerns about legacy. Once an unstoppable force, his name is now tied to exhibition matches that some see as money grabs. Promoters like Bob Arum and former champ Tony Bellew have even called for reforms to protect aging legends from being exploited in mismatches. The big question remains, can Tyson reclaim his iconic status, or will this fight define the last chapter of his career? Right now, the answer's as unclear as his next move. Tyson's silence after the fight has left everyone guessing. Is he planning a comeback or quietly retiring after a bruising loss? His next move could redeem his legacy or cement his role in celebrity boxing's wild world. Will he rise again or fade into the chaos he helped create? Let us know what you think in the comments, and stay tuned. With Mike Tyson, anything is possible.